we doing, mates? Guys, welcome back to Young Bucks. I'm back. I'm in, Ben's out, so again, we can't overload the Liverpool love. So yeah, I'm gonna rep Liverpool today. I hope we're doing well. Smash the like button before you do anything else. Please smash that like button. Big day. Transfer deadline day. Always causing a few weird signings. And mate, there's been some panic buys if I've ever seen panic buys. I'm looking at Hamza in the corner right now. He's comfy. Even though they panic buy the centre back, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, we'll just get straight into it. We'll go around. How we doing, Bilal? How we doing?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. Here again to, enjoy this little discussion with you guys. Last week was, to be honest, quite a funny show. So yeah, let's see how this one goes as well.
Addy, how we doing, bro?
Yeah, bro, all good, man. Back again, man. All good.
Where we go, Michael? I know you got a game in under an hour, but how you feeling?
I'll go. My club's falling asleep today, so I'm enjoying the deadline day as a neutral.
Yeah, you signed the 100 million spinning top, but we'll get into that. Hamza, nice camera. How we doing? It's that big smile. It's getting bigger and bigger by the week.
Enjoying life, man. I'm enjoying life, man. I can't complain, guys.
You are eating at the top table right now. I gotta give it to you. We'll get straight into it actually, because I think we'll guys, how the show's gonna go. Obviously, it's deadline day, so we'll get into some transfers, but we'll sort of chat about the games that have happened, because in the last week we've had 2 game weeks. Erling brought Haaland, scored 6 goals. This guy is set to score about 60 plus. I think he's set for like 60 odd goals in the Premier League. The way if he carries on this form, so it's looking ominous for Mo Salah's Golden Boot title. So how talk to me, man. What this Haaland effect is crazy.
Yeah, man. I told you guys remember last week I said it. What did I say? I said it to you. Watch Haaland hat-trick. And he scored a hat-trick. And I said it to you. Listen, we're very lucky to have him in this Premier League. We're very, very fortunate to have a player like him. Like, there's no way that he's a generational talent. I've always said it, like, if you compare him with the other class of players, he's just beyond unbelievable. He's here. I said it to you. Listen. Many players come to this league. Let's say, for example, Addy's boy, Drogba. He banked 12 goals in his first season, Premier League. Not bad. He's already got 9. Henry, first season. How much did he score, Bilal?
No idea. He didn't even score the first 10 games or whatever.
15 goals. He's already got 9. And it's just September. It's just 1st of September. I warned you. I knew he's a lethal striker. Strikers like that are just exceptional. We're very lucky to have him. And now it just makes it hard for Pep. It makes it hard for Pep because Pep can't drop him. Because why do you need to drop him? How can you rest him? He's in the role. He's putting Pep under pressure significantly. He scores a hat-trick and then another hat-trick. And the hat-trick he's scoring are the goals we've needed. I've said it to people. Like, people say City don't need a striker. You see what I've been saying? We need a striker. Because I've been doing it without a striker. It's hard. You guys can't do it without a striker. Haaland has rescued us now and has given me that, that relief. I can be 3-1 down. I know he's up there. I can be 3-0 down. I'm ready to fight. I can be any way to fight. Haaland will take me there. And I think he's an exceptional talent. Hat-tricks in 2 games, yeah. There's no doubt about it. And all of you, none of you will not put him in your fantasy football. That's how great he is.
I have my fantasy football team.
And you've got it as the captain. And you've got it as your captain.
Imagine I had him out the last 2 weeks when he scored 2 hat-tricks. I had to force his way back in now, man.
You have to now. Yeah. Listen, now it's time to sell more Salah and the Harry Kane. It's time to get rid of them. It's time for Haaland and Jesus and the likes of Mitrovic time. Enjoy it, man. And
Sterling is all hands on Sterling.
Yeah, I'm happy. Yesterday's performance was brilliant, and he's at tapping goals, And not only this, we have to give credit to another striker, Julian Alvarez. When I said it to Man City fan, I said, when you get rid of Jesus, thank you so much, Jesus. You've done a lot for my club, but I've got special talent. Another special talent there was Julian Alvarez. What you saw yesterday was unbelievable. Like this goal scoring, the prowess, the positioning, the unbelievably hunger. Like I saw that with Jesus. But Alvarez is lethal up front. That's the difference between him and Jesus. They're both dangerous, but Jesus wasn't that clinical. But he's improving at Arsenal, and I think we're very lucky to have two great strikers. And you guys just listen, just be humbled and say, you know, Hamza's now delivering what he said before. Like now we've got a striker. I think he's gonna score 30 league goals easy. Suarez record, Ronaldo's record, they're all gonna get broken apart this season easily.
Yeah, it's not looking good for the record holders. I'm not gonna lie, because I think the best hope is for this guy to pick up a few niggles, or Guardiola to start resting people. Because, yeah, I think I can speak for the rest of the boys. It's our worst fears have been realised. Haaland is looking insane, and even Alvarez scored 2 yesterday, man. Like, it's just typical City, just wiping teams away. Mate, look at that. That is just pretty. And to be fair, 9 of our goals came against Bournemouth, so it says a lot. City, they're still the favourites, aren't they? I know we'll get into Arsenal. I know 5 from 5, dream start for you guys, Bilal. But yeah, I don't know if anyone else had any thoughts on City. Wanted to chime in at Hamza. Can they be stopped?
No. I need Real Madrid to come buy Haaland next summer. Like, they don't gotta wait till 2025. They need to do it next summer. Like, 200 mil bid, please.
That release clause is somewhere.
Oh, get this guy to my league. Get this guy to my league. He needs to go because he's scoring 40 goals this season. If he stays fit, because he's not going to the World Cup, he didn't qualify. This guy's gonna be 5 weeks rested while all our center backs are tired from World Cup, and he's just gonna be feasting, scoring double hat tricks. Julian Alvarez, who to this day my heart is broken that United did not sign him when he was offered to us, and Ragnick said go sign him, and whoever was in charge said no. I backed this kid since like when I watched River Plate, and he's like, they have an Aguero region as their backup striker. It's over.
I'm just saying,
honestly, Haaland. Yeah, go on, Addy. Yeah.
Sorry, that Arsenal and Man City, whatever that title of discussion you lot were talking about last day, just I don't want to hear it again. That's what I'm saying. Bro. Just leave it.
Listen, all these goals, Haaland's, they're still second, man. Come on, they're still second, right? Let me enjoy first place for a little bit longer, man. Come on.
Shameless, bro.
Yeah. Well, your hard games are starting now, aren't they? You got rid of the tin pot ones. You've got United. Is it United away on
United away next? Yeah, man. For Arsenal, no game really gets harder than that. It doesn't matter how crap United are. Old Trafford is always a long day. Like,
that screams to me Ronaldo getting off the mark this season.
If he can get off the bench, that's the first step.
Yeah, that is true. Is he starting today, Michael?
No, he's not. He's on the bench again.
Damn. Yeah.
We should have just signed Ronaldo, man. I don't know what we're playing now.
Chelsea are. What's happening with Aubameyang?
Yeah.
Is he?
It's done.
We'll go to Chelsea, honestly.
It's done.
Yeah, Aubameyang's done. Alonso's going the other way, and then the medicals. He must be on the plane or something right now. That's done. And there's talk here and there about Memphis Depay. I'm not too sure if it's happening or not, but there's talk.
Yeah, you needed someone like Aubameyang. I think he bags goals at Chelsea, to be honest. But yeah, we'll get to the transfers later on. Bilal, 2-1 win against Stevie G's Villa. Made hard work of it after that Douglas Luiz corner, but yeah, and you tried to take. You're trying to sign him, right?
Yeah, it looks like you're trying to sign him. Yeah,
you're trying to sign him as well. He didn't leave the Emirates. So yeah, how are you feeling? Jesus Martinelli again, man. Like, fantasy wise, thank you, Martinelli. That was one of the smarter decisions I've made. Jesus obviously contributing again.
Yeah. Honestly, to be fair, Arsenal dominated that game from minute one. First half probably should have been like 3 goals up. Saka missed, I think, 2 big chances. Missed an open goal pretty much as well. But apart from that, Saka, as much as we want that right winger to come in to help him, maybe Marquinhos can be that guy. Vieira, maybe. Because that midfield, I was looking at it yesterday and I was concerned. I'm seeing Lokonga in the middle. I'm seeing Xhaka, Odegaard, to be honest. Yeah, every time we play Villa, in the last few games we played them, they're just such a rough team. McGinn, Mings, they're just nasty. Honestly, all they want to do is it's all they've got in it. All they've got is slide tackles and aggression. They're the only thing they're living by at this point. So that's what Villa were on. But yeah, apart from that, I was looking at that midfield, seeing Lokonga, but fair play to him. He actually showed up and had a really good game, really solid performance in my opinion, especially after not playing. I can't remember last time he started a game, to be honest. Like, he couldn't, maybe months ago at this point. last season. I honestly can't remember. I couldn't tell you when he started the game. So fair play to him. He looked good. And yeah, the team is clicking in attack, looks good. But there's this thing at home. We haven't kept a clean sheet in a really long time. We keep conceding goals. And I think, I don't know what it is. It's always a weird goal as well. For me, it was a free kick. I'm not going to lie. I think that was a free kick. When I saw VAR, I thought the goal was going to get overruled. But I don't know what's going on with VAR. The guys, as a Kamara, just holding Ramsdale. I don't know. Is that allowed? Like, I don't know. But anyway, that's besides the point. It's happened. Arsenal, to be fair, you're going to have to just suck it up to the referees. Like, it's been a running theme for a long time. You got to be like Man City, man. Man City I never hear Man City talk about referees because they put the game to bed early on. And they responded quick. And Martinelli got the goal again. The guy's looking very, very sharp. So, yeah, fair play to him. Fair play to Arsenal. Yeah, I'm happy. 5 out of 5. It's job done. And it's just literally now just waiting for United. I think that's the test now. Going away from home, played a lot of games at home where even if you conceded a goal, the fans are there behind you. Everyone's supporting you. I'm not going to say it's easy to come back because it's not easy to come back. But when you have that belief anyway, at home, you can do it. It's away from home where the crowd's against you. When the United fans are up for it, everything's against you pretty much. Can you go and get a result there? So for me, that's what I'm looking at. And yeah, long may the run continue. And this Douglas Luiz thing, I don't know, maybe in the next hour or so, we might get another update because I think it's going to run till maybe past 11 p.m., with the little, what's it called, extension sheet that they do. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But yeah, Arsenal again. Fair play, another win. Happy with the result.
Saka hasn't scored, right? Are you slightly concerned with like his lack of output, or do you think it'll just come? Because I remember there were similar concerns at the start of last season before him and Smith Rowe got on the score sheet in the North London derby. So is that something Arsenal fans are worried about, or are they just living the ride at the moment?
Yeah, I don't think the output is something Arsenal fans are concerned about with Saka. I think what they're concerned about is how many games the kid actually plays, and there's no one really there to help him. That's the main concern. We've seen what's happened to Marcus Rashford, to Dele Alli, to so many young talents that have just, even the likes of Michael Owen, if you're taking it real back, like even him, he was a superstar, but injuries, games, like it can happen, and you can just, at 24, you don't know what can happen to someone if you keep overworking them. So look at Foden at Man City is a perfect example. He's someone who's been able to just come into Man City slowly but surely, not too much pressure on him. Saka for the past few years, since he pretty much got into the first team, the onus has been on him. So yeah, I'm not going to complain about his output. For me, it was a good performance all round on the ball. Looks good. He's beating his man. He's making the right decisions. The assist as well for the goal. Can't forget that. So yeah, for me, Saka's fine. The goals will come. Just maybe I'm just hoping this Marquinhos kid does something in the Europa League that we can see the kid is kind of ready to be that backup. Because at this point, I don't think we're going to sign a winger. Maybe until January or next summer, man.
Maybe Tavares, you shouldn't have let go of him. Played him on the wing because he's doing bits at Marseille, mate. I'm not gonna lie. He's scoring goals, quality goals. But yeah, here we go, Eunice.
I want to ask him a quick question.
Yeah, go.
Arsenal, like, listen, I predicted you're good, but why are you over celebrating? Why is it the final whistle? Like, this is shameful, man. Literally.
No. Listen,
Saturday, I saw it and I was like, you can't be celebrating like that, like guys, Adi and Michael, you guys have been like there as champions, and I didn't see you guys celebrate. I'm not
okay. Wait. Hold that point. What about Klopp yesterday? Is that shameless?
No, but they came back all the time. You guys, the way that you're celebrating.
Well, nah. Listen, I see Klopp do this kind of stuff all the time with Liverpool. The 100 fist pumps that he does to the crowd, and no one complains. Like, it's fun. I don't see why people are complaining about people celebrating. Yeah, let the fans enjoy.
Celebrating.
And now, listen. The more people complain, the more Arsenal fans are going to celebrate. Like, it's just the way it's going to be. I saw fireworks being let off yesterday. People are just going to keep on doing the most because people keep on complaining. So it is what it is.
Don't complain at the end of the season if you don't win the league, and then we come back for this and say, look what you did. You caused.
I know Man City, you ain't got fans to celebrate with, yeah. So it's calm, innit? Arsenal, we got fans, bro. So Man City, I don't know. You man don't know celebration, so you're gonna have to just.
Arsenal are in a top 4 battle, man. Stop saying winning the league, bro. Allow it, man.
No. I'm not saying we're gonna win the league. That's just
Hamza keeps saying it though, bro. Hamza, stop saying it. You know?
No. We gotta put pressure on them. Put pressure on them.
Let's
They need
put
to
the
get
pressure on.
the super team, bro. They're a super team. We cannot compete.
I want to see Bilal talk about this title charge.
Listen, you man aren't over celebrating your wins, but you can't tell me that your fans aren't getting ahead of themselves with all of this talk that they're talking, man. Just you need to take a step back.
I don't think there's any serious Arsenal fan that's saying we're gonna even challenge for the league this year, especially looking at Man City. I think what we can say is that we can surely challenge for at least third place, and if at a best case scenario you can go and try push for second, like if Liverpool
if you're telling me
or something.
Yeah, if you're telling me that you're gonna challenge for third, that's fair. I can agree with that, but I'm just hearing too much of these Arsenal fans talking.
Yeah, bro. Listen, until Man City
you guys still
claim that first place, you're gonna hear some wild takes, man. You're gonna have to just deal with it.
You listen, you man are playing. I still think you've got problems with your squad depth. I'm surprised you haven't signed a backup winger and a backup centre mid. I thought Douglas Luiz would actually be a good signing. Maybe not as a lone six to replace Partey, but if he was going to play maybe in a pivot next to Xhaka, he could do well. But yeah, I think that would have been a nice signing, but it looks like it's not going to get done now. So Arsenal, Saka, Martinelli going to run them into the ground. No Pepe there to be a replacement winger anymore. You just got Emil Smith Rowe now, innit? That's the only backup winger you've got there.
Nketiah, Marquinhos, Vieira. I think these are the four that
Jesus can't play on the wing too.
Exactly.
Worst case scenario.
I think the right wing. I think for like a direct left winger, right winger, left-footed. Like we haven't got that established guy to help Saka. Yeah, it just depends. Maybe this Marquinhos, like the way Saka got thrown into the team when he was a kid. Marquinhos came with a big reputation from Sao Paulo. They were in Brazil. They're really angry to lose him because they lost him on it's kind of like a free transfer. They thought they signed him to a 5-year deal when he was like 17, but FIFA said it's illegal or something like that. So maybe not even 17, but he was under 18 when he signed that deal. So I listened to the Brazilians talking about him, and the way I've seen him as well in the under 23s, it looks good. But that's under 23 football, and I'm never going to really know until I see him in the first team how he actually looks against men. So yeah, I agree though. We do need that centre mid and a DM rather, number 6. And I'll take Luiz at this point. I'm more than happy. Listen, Douglas Luiz has already packed his bags, man. He's outside the Emirates. He's doing what's his name? Odemwingie, man. He's waiting for that transfer.
They don't find with the Liverpool. Is the Liverpool not interested? I'm hearing that because I've been hearing a lot of these things about Liverpool being a big club, Arsenal being a big club, and now you got a player has to decide. I want to see that. I've been saying this is.
We're not in for him. We're not in for him. We got our boy Arthur, and we've said goodbye to the transfer window.
See, at the end of the day, I think look. If you look at Liverpool, Douglas Luiz, you attempted to try and buy him. I'm hearing there's rumors, but I think he wasn't interested, and that's quite shameful. I think as a club, like when we went for Haaland, Real Madrid were there. No disrespect to Real Madrid and Barcelona and the Munich. Bayern Munich couldn't stand a chance because they're not in our same league as us. There's no way a player would choose Bayern Munich over Man City. There's no way. And when Real Madrid versus Man City came on, we took him, and that's how we show. You have to show that's how you are as a big club. You take the best player from the best clubs. And
let's not pretend like Real Madrid didn't back out to go sign Mbappe.
They backed out.
We all know what they wanted Mbappe. They've got the plan. Don't worry, Hamza. You enjoy your 2 years with Haaland.
I've said it. The time for the football heritage is over. You have to deliver.
No.
What you have to show. No, you have to show what your ambition is. At the end of the day, you can show me all the trophies 1970s. I'm not impressed with that. I don't want to join that. I want to join a club that's going to currently win. Why am I going to join a club that I'm going to walk out and see trophies from 1970s? I'm not giving any trophies now.
Aren't you at the end of the day, Real Madrid, the reigning defending UCL champions?
But then the La Liga is not bigger than Premier League. Look at the status Haaland's already got. He's been made into a superstar by joining Man City. Look, everyone now talking about him. Haaland's a special guy. A Bundesliga, everyone just knows he's that little kid Haaland. But now you're hearing what Man City is making of him. He's going to win the league. His name's going to be big. International world football. He's a superstar already, I see.
He's always been a superstar, though. So, look, man, it's still early days. This guy, he hasn't completed a full season without getting injured. So, before we talk too much, let's just see how it pans out. Because I would love it if he just stops scoring goals. But it's not going to happen realistically. But
Haaland is literally what Man City have been missing. literally in the box. Like for me, I'm looking at it, it's so scary because I'm just watching this demon in the box who can physically outmaneuver any centre back. His timing, his movement, everything is just like it's world class. It's elite.
You know when I knew we were gonna win the league? I knew it. Crystal Palace. I told everyone, I'm scared of Crystal. They always beat us. We were 2-0 down. I couldn't believe it. I was in the stadium. I was upset. I was sweating. I thought, no way again. But guess what? I knew it. As soon as I saw Haaland on the pitch and we came back 4-2, I just knew league is ours, 100%. Guaranteed. If Haaland stays fit, January, February, City are going to wrap the league. That's how
I think Champions League, though, I think this year, with this Haaland, it's a different element. Like, because now teams are going to be scared of Haaland. They're going to be attracted to him. And when they start focusing on Haaland too much, what happens? De Bruyne, Bernardo, like, it's just going to be long. So, yeah. So, honestly, I think Man City now, if Haaland stays fit, we're going to have to start talking about them being real, at least making the final again and see what
they got to win it. If they don't win it, it's a failure. They're the best team in the world. They got to win it.
Pressure's on Pep Panzer. I'm coming for you, man.
Listen. It took Barcelona years since 1950s to win the first Champions League in 1992. Almost.
Oh my God!
They didn't have this. They didn't have this financial deal.
Since 2000, you guys are putting pressure on me. Only 10 years. I'm a young boy. Let me do my thing first.
No sympathy, bro. I'm coming for you. If you man ain't serious in the Champions League, I'm coming for you, bro.
I don't want no pressure, man. Listen, let me just do my own thing, and then
you have to take it. You're trying to give Arsenal pressure for this supposed title challenge, yeah? So you're gonna have to hold this Champions League pressure, man.
I started the season. I don't know about you guys. I started the season thinking, right, I think this City team with De Bruyne and Haaland be more suited to Champions League football. Because I'll admit it, I had concerns about Haaland. Because when you see Haaland, you see Bundesliga, you think he's someone that needs to run in behind. He needs that space to be clinical. Boy, he is a fox in the box. He is an insane poacher as well. So the fact he has that element to his game is very worrying from like a rivals fans like perspective. Maybe City, maybe Hamza, you need to believe in the heritage. There's no way Real Madrid should have beaten you last season, but it's the heritage. Sometimes these things hold a greater weight on things, and there might just be a mental block for
No, it's not.
Man City. The way when Arsenal were the best team in England for a few years, there was a sort of Champions League block there, and Guardiola, like, it's coming up to what? 10 years. It's over 10 years since he last won the league, Champions League, and what he's had that Barcelona squad, had that Bayern Munich team, which won the Champions League the season before, and then won the Champions League a few years after he left. So there is a thing there with Guardiola, and he can't do it. We saw.
You know what it is. Sometimes it's a thing where teams, I even think of Barcelona. How many Champions Leagues did they win with their best team? Like two or three, maybe.
And this is what,
like, and you look at Real Madrid's team. For me, like, they didn't play the football of Barcelona. But when you play that kind of football, you're in one mode all the time. It's really hard to switch it up, and that's why in the cup games, you've had your Inter Milans do their thing, you've had Chelsea do their thing, because they can switch it up any given moment because they play more like a chameleon kind of team. They can switch it up. They can just switch it up. But teams like Man City, they're not going to ever switch it up. They're going to play one way, minute 1 to minute 90. So, yeah.
That's what. Listen, if we want the Champions League that desperately, no disrespect to anyone else, I swear, pack the bus, play Rafa Benitez style. Rafa Benitez knew how to play the Champions League. Pack the bus, don't concede anyway, play boring football, watch BT Sport, you get bored for life. Smash and grab, do 2-show stuff, 1-0, pack the bus. At the end of the day, I don't want to win that way. I've never wanted to win a football match and get bored. I don't care about the trophy. It's about the style you win. People remember great teams. People remember great teams. If you look at 1998 Zidane team, people remember that. People will never, I've said it, people will never remember Greece 2004 Euro.
Why my country getting shot? Yo.
God, that's straight rudely.
No one remembers it. I'm sorry. Champions League, Real Madrid has won it 4 times. Who cares? But the greatest moment we have is the moment of Pep Guardiola, the tiki-taka football. Kids grow up and wanting to be this, or want to play for Barcelona. That's what you see kids, and you see players wanting to join Barcelona over Chelsea. That's heritage. Man City need to win it in that style, in a beautiful way, so that moments can be remembered. The Aguero moments, I can't take it away from Michael. You can't. Those moments are there for life. The way if I ask Omar, when you won the league, do you remember the game that you won the league?
Yeah, 5. Well, you lost it to Chelsea, but we won it. Yeah, you lost to Chelsea 2-1.
See, but you don't. Not many people remember here. But everyone remembers the day Man City won the league in Gundogan, because it was a special moment, the way we won it, the way Aguero won it. That's the style I want to win it. Give me that Champions League that I say, yo, Hamza, I deserve this Champions League. I don't want to do smash and grab, park the bus and then win once and say, oh yeah, I got Champions League. At the end of the day, I think City need to win it in a style that Pep wants, and we will refuse to park the bus. I'm sorry, I'm Man City.
But you're talking.
You don't need to park the bus. You just need to play a little more pragmatic. Just a little. It's like a 2% more pragmatic, and you win it. It's not even like you have to play Greece style. Which, by the way, everyone will remember Greece because it's one of the biggest upsets in football history. By the way, because we beat the golden generations of Portugal and France. Just wanted to say that. But yeah. So I think. It's just like you need to a little more pragmatic, because history will always remember winners, no matter how they won it. Everyone remembers winners. Like, I don't care if you park the bus. I don't care if you play the sexiest football. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you score a handball goal like Maradona scoring the hand of God. It's a cheating goal, but people will remember it no matter what, because winners are always remembered and losers aren't. That's how it goes.
I disagree. See, the style. I respect especially Michael, the 1999, the way you won it. The way Omar won it in Istanbul. Omar. You'll never forget that moment.
We got smashed. With that United game, we smashed and grabbed Bayern. We did not deserve to win that final in 99.
The way you came back from behind, the way you used to beat teams, the style of football you were playing, people remember that 99. You had a group of death with Barcelona and the Bayern Munich and Brøndby. You came out there. You went and faced Inter Milan. You thrashed them. You came to Juventus. You came back from behind. That's a style. That's beautiful. Look at Omar's team. Istanbul. Money cannot buy that. Omar, that moment will always live with you. You create chance on that.
Yeah, but do you remember how we played in that Champions League run? Rafa Benitez 1-0, 0-0 away at Juventus.
Olympiacos.
I agree. That will always stay with me. But you're talking about the style. That wasn't the style. That was just the moment. That was just clubs have that thing where they have moments. Man City have these magical Premier League moments, fair enough. We've had these magical Champions League moments, fair enough. But I don't think that comes from the style. But yeah, it is what it is. I want to sorry, Hamza, we have to move on.
Yeah.
We need to talk about a team in trouble. Addy's been very quiet. But Chelsea, 5 games in, 7 points? Signing players non-stop. Chelsea. It's the Chelsea way. You lose a game, you sign another player. What's going on, man?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, we had that game against Leicester on the weekend where we went down to 10 men, and then we saw it out for like 60, 70 minutes. And I was kind of proud of the team performance. We created a decent amount of chances in the second half, even though we rode our luck at the end. I was still content with that performance. But then Southampton, we moved on to that game. I don't know if you lot watched it, but I have no idea what happened with us, man. We tried to go with a 4 at the back with Jorginho sitting in the lone DM, and then Mount and Loftus-Cheek ahead of him. It just didn't work. We started the game well. For 20, 30 minutes, we had a decent amount of chances. And then they just took control for that final 20 minutes of the half. And then the second half was nobody's half. It was just nothing. They just saw it out. We didn't create any big chances. They didn't really create any big chances. It was just a bit of a weird game. I'm not sure what's really happening with us at the moment. We played 5 games, won 2, lost 2, and drawn 1. So that's our joint worst start in the last 27 years. And last time we had this bad a start was in 2015-16 when we finished 10th. So to be honest, I don't know what's going on. We bought Aubameyang today. Like I said to you, man, before, I don't think he's going to be a great signing in terms of the way he plays and the way he's going to fit our system, but I think he will bag goals. So I think it's a good stopgap. It's a stopgap for someone that we could sign next summer. And then we just signed Zakaria, and I was just telling Bilal and Omar before this that I'm not really sure how to feel about this signing, man, because the guy was a good prospect. He was a good player. I mentioned back, and then he's had a lot of injury problems, and then he's really just fallen off. So I just got it expect the worst and hope for the best, man. I gotta hope this turns out like a Bentancur Kulusevski situation. I think, to be honest, Liverpool and Chelsea both panic bought today with Arthur and Zakaria, and they're both just going to end up back at Juventus next year. So I think like they're both like Saul signings next year. We won't know how Saul worked, man. It was just one of the worst signings we've had in recent times. He was awful. So yeah, it's not much to be happy about right now, man. It's just we're dealing with quite a few injuries. James was ill against Southampton. You can see how much one player, it's a joke how much one of our youngest players makes a difference in our team.
Best player, man.
Yeah, he is our best player. And it's crazy how much we miss without him. And then you got Kovacic who's injured, Kante who's injured. We know how much they make a difference as well. We probably wouldn't even need to sign a midfielder if we could rely on them two not getting injured. But the fact is that they do get injured every season. And I don't know, I guess at least Zakaria being a DM, he can give you a bit of flexibility and fluidity between switching formations. For their second goal, Jorginho just got skipped past by, I think it was Lavia. He literally just got skipped past so easily. And it was a joke. So that's needed sorting out. I don't know why we've waited until deadline day to target a CDM. It makes zero sense. Like yesterday, we bid €50 million for Edson Alvarez, and then we showed interest in Sangare from PSV. I don't know why it's taken us this long in the Ruben Loftus-Cheek injury to realize that we finally need a CM. But I don't know. I guess at least we got one, and I don't know, man. Let's just hope for the best of him, man.
The thing is with Chelsea, I think since the start of the Abramovich era, they've been this team that have just thrived amongst the chaos constantly. They've never been. I think my criticism of Chelsea is like they've never been stable, like off the pitch, on the pitch. They're not a team like Liverpool, City, despite being a top team that when you see them play, control a game, pin a team back into their own half for the whole 90 minutes. They've never been that team, but they're a team that can get results. So I feel like if there's any club that is in this sort of mess now, that sort of can find something like maybe a spark, a change in formation, Aubameyang, Zakaria might come good. I agree. I don't have much hopes for him, but someone like Aubameyang comes in, and you find a way to just start getting results again, then Chelsea could still be dangerous. It's just I don't really know what Tuchel's doing. Like it feels lost, and it might be the case that the best thing for Chelsea, as we've seen after Di Matteo, after all sorts of after Lampard, when Tuchel come in, is to get rid of him and get someone in, because Chelsea notoriously thrive off that new manager bounce. Like we've seen it, they've won both their Champions Leagues off that new manager bounce in a season. So I know it's not what you want. You want stability. You want a manager there who has a plan, a philosophy at a club. But maybe like I have one of my best mates is a Chelsea fan. He loves the fact that Chelsea are just so chaotic and not reckless, but they're just ruthless and are always aiming for that win. I don't know if under Bowley he'll give Tuchel the time, but yeah, I don't know what your thoughts on Tuchel are. Maybe how much pressure he's under?
As of now, I don't think he's really under much pressure at all. To be honest, I think our owners have already come out and said that top four is the expectation for this season. So the only way I see him getting put under any pressure is like if we're mid-table, come like January, February times or something, or by the end of the season if we don't finish in the top four. Those are the only two scenarios I think he's under any sort of pressure of being fired. And you were talking about sustainability and whatever. We're never going to be sustainable if we just keep carrying on with the Abramovich process of sacking and hiring. Obviously, we've given Tuchel his signings this summer. Most of the players who signed, maybe apart from Zakaria, have been his players. So, and we've let him have his outgoings and whatnot. So we've got to give him time. We've got to give him time to deal with this squad and let him do what he needs with it. I still think Tuchel's a top manager. I don't think there's any debate in that. I think he's still one of the best managers in the game. So we just got to give him time, man. We've got to give him time. But like I said, if it comes to the end of the season and then we're not in the top four, then I'd be questioning him. But these are his players now. I don't think there's any excuses. I think that now he's got to start getting the best out of everyone. We still have a couple bumps in the squad, but it's okay. We've had a decent window, man. We've signed some decent players, and the best thing is we've got rid of loads of bums. Like we've got rid of Drinkwater, we got rid of Barkley, we got rid of Bakayoko, we got rid of Batshuayi, we got rid of Kennedy. Like we've got rid of so many bums that are just taking up wages. So it's been a decent window all in all. We got to give Tuchel some more time, man. Just let it go, let it get his squad going, man. But I think it's way too early to start talking about pressure of him.
You know, let me just jump in because I've been one of these guys recently I've criticized Chelsea in the transfer market more than even Tuchel, because Tuchel, I think his system, especially in big games, it's good. I think Tuchel's a big game manager. I think Chelsea, for some weird reason, are a big game team. As in, like Chelsea, when they play a big team, all of a sudden they stand up and they're with Chelsea and they'll get a result. But when they start playing the Southamptons, the Brentfords, things can go wrong for them. So in one way, you can look at it positively. Honestly, you can say surely it's easier to fix getting the results against the likes of Southampton more than the likes of, like, let's say a Man City or a Liverpool, etc. So for me, I'm gonna try to spin this positively, because I think Chelsea just caught in a weird situation. When you actually look at it, Todd Bowley's come in now. He's taken over as this director of football kind of guy. He's working with Tuchel. If you look at Tuchel's jobs at Dortmund and at PSG, the guy never had control over transfers. The guy he's a guy who comes in, he has a squad, he works with the players that he's been given. He's never had this kind of opportunity before to actually sign players and maneuver in the market. So in that sense, I think, Chelsea fans, you're going to have to give it a bit of time. At the end of the day, Fofana, I looked at the deal now, it said 69.5 million. I thought it was going for 80 million. So if it's 69.5 million reported by David Ornstein, you know what? It's not as bad as it seemed. You know, from first glance, it's not as bad as it seemed for the quality of the player. So in some ways, it's weird because Chelsea have lost, and I've been the guy who had maybe been showing the warning signs of like early for Chelsea, because I was looking at the team, looking at the way they play. I'm not surprised that they lost to Southampton. That's what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, I think there can be some positives. And I think this situation now at Chelsea, I'm just looking at it, we're going to have to just give it time. Like, real talk, we're going to have to give it time. Tuchel's going to have to figure out what happens. And next window, if you can get a proper director of football in and try and make more signings for the squad, then maybe we can judge Chelsea. Chelsea now in transition. I know they spent so much money, and maybe there should be more pressure on them to do something. But you can't look at football that way. Man United spend money all the time. They seem to always be in transition now. So, yeah, for me, I don't know. I think now Chelsea fans just going to have to be patient and see just how it goes. Yeah. Michael, I don't know what your thoughts are on that as well.
For me, I think Tuchel's not here by the end of the year. I think he's getting sacked. I think, I saw the game, just like, I don't understand what formation this guy's running. It was like an 8-0-1. Like, I don't get it. This persistence.
But it's so like when you got Jorginho in low DM and when you got Azpilicueta at right back, Azpi cannot play right back. He just can't do it. If anyone was seeing the way he was struggling to get up and down that pitch, it was terrible. I mean, it's a bit sad that we got Loftus-Cheek injured, because he could have moved into the right back, or we could have switched to a 5 and put him at right wing back and move Azpi back. But Azpi, he's only here to play right centre back, man. I can't watch him play right back or right wing back anymore, man. It's awful. And that's really a big reason why we fell off last year as well. When you have Azpi and Alonso as your wing backs, it's just awful. Like, them so old and immobile. Like, they can't do that job anymore, man. They can't be going up and down the flanks. They just got to. Azpi can only stay in his position and defend crosses and 1v1s. He can't be running up and down the whole game, man. It's not his role. But I think once we got a whole squad here, once Aubameyang recovers from his broken jaw, once Zacharias played a few games, once Fofana's got settled in, then we can start judging Tuchel, and then we can say if you think he's going to get sacked or not. But until then, let's just hold our horses, man.
I think for me, it's just like the players that you mentioned, like the Contes, the coaches, the Reece James, they're always injured. They're not like, it's not like freak injuries where they get injured like once every 2 years. Like, Kovacic is always, as much as I love him, he's always injured. Conte, this guy's cooked physically. He's getting injured every 2 months now. And for me, like, I think especially after the World Cup, there's going to be managers available. I feel like Luis Enrique, for example, will be available for teams after the World Cup. And Todd Bowley did not hire Thomas Tuchel. It's not his manager. He inherited him. So
it's fully backed him, though, isn't it? So he can't just sack him after 6 months of fully backing him in a transfer window. He's given Tuchel permission to get rid of kids. Like Gilmore's gone today to Brighton. So you can't just give this guy full control of the squad and say, okay, 5 months later it's not working, get this guy out the door. I mean, it's obviously a completely different situation, but they gave Arteta time, and now you're starting to see it like coming to fruition, and they're looking good right now, isn't it? So sometimes you just got to stick by these managers. It's not always jump the gun, just fire. This ain't the old regime; it's the new regime, man. So you just got to give the guys some more time, despite us spending so much money this window.
That's what it makes. But I'm projecting Chelsea to not be higher. Like, I project Chelsea to be like 8th by January, because I don't rate that squad. That's more why I think he's not going to be here.
And the problem is, all these players trying to settle in like Fofana or Aubameyang. You know how many games are happening? It's like every 3 days now at this point. You get game after game. Like it's gonna get to a point where you played 10 games and it's nearly the World Cup, and you're looking at the situation and it's looking it's looking rough. But I don't know. Chelsea right now is so haphazard. I don't even know how to judge it because Zakaria for me has come out of nowhere, and I'm not even a Chelsea fan. I've been thrown back by it. I'm like, Zakaria, this guy was at Juve a few months ago. He's not really a DM. He's not really box to box. I don't know what kind of midfielder he is. How is he actually going to improve Chelsea in any way, shape, or form? So yeah,
I think I look at Chelsea's squad and I see so many talented players. I don't know about you guys, but like even the signings, Cucurella, Koulibaly,
top talent,
Aubameyang, like there's a Sterling. There's so much talent in that squad, in my opinion. I just feel like it could be used a lot better. It just feels lost. It's not like Tuchel when he came in, he set his stance out. He knew how to get the most out of that Chelsea team, and it showed in the Champions League. They had a style of play, and their run to winning that Champions League was so dominant. I think they hardly conceded a goal or something. So it's the onus is on Tuchel, in my opinion, to now essentially get a new sort of vibe and feel to that Chelsea squad. I agree. If I'm a Chelsea fan, I'd like to see him. I agree with Addy's points that you've given him full control. Let him have some time to build that squad. But the Fofana, Koulibaly, Cucurella, Reece James as a back four already, that's a top back four.
The best talent.
But the thing is, Omar, our new signings haven't been the problem. I think all of our new signings have performed well. We've seen Sterling now get into his last couple of games. He's scored 3 last 2. I think Cucurella has been very, very good so far, apart from the Leeds game. I think, again, Koulibaly, I think he's been pretty good other than the Leeds game as well. So I don't think that the new signings are the problem. It's the old boys and finding the right formation to play these, man. Like before, without having another DM in there, we couldn't. It was so difficult for us to play back four, especially against the top teams, just because you got Thiago Silva there as well. You got Thiago Silva in the back four, who's slow and he can't protect out wide if the fullbacks are moving out position. And then you got Jorginho, who can't be the lone DM either. So now you got Fofana and Koulibaly, who are 2 fast centre backs. They're way more suited to playing a back four and can cover the spaces out wide. Yeah. If the fullbacks are bombing up and maybe Zakaria can drop into a back three or something, then we might be looking at something different. But now I just feel like we've got a lot more options with our formation with the signings we have, even though they're not perfect. But people like Aubameyang and Fofana, they've been playing in the Premier League anyway. They shouldn't take time to become accustomed to this league. They should be firing straight away. And we just got to wait for Aubameyang to recover from his broken jaw. And it's sad what happened, didn't it? He was just about to leave.
Yeah.
Robbed his house and broke his jaw. Like, it is what it is, but we just got to wait for him to come back.
I'm going to be critical for... Listen, I'm the biggest to show. I don't know why. Listen, I can tell, man. It's not about being hurt in the Champions League final, but this guy, I've been having an agenda on this guy from beginning. Yeah, I said it. I called him. There's no style of football. Like literally, you spend £300 million to play Southampton. You have to beat them. Easy. It's easy. It's easy. You don't need to spend 300 million. You got Southampton had a player from Man City under 18. I was watching Romeo Lavia for 2 years. Romeo Lavia for Man City. Azunu, 19 years old. They got guys who are inexperienced. You got guys who are experienced. How can you not have players like Koulibaly, Thiago Silva, Reece James, Cucurella, Sterling, Havertz, Mount? Are you serious? This is a walk in the park. Give me that team. I'll get them at least a result. You go to that, you get thumped 3-0 against Leeds. You get thumped against Southampton, and you make excuses for him. And now they've signed Aubameyang and everyone else, but still the agenda of Chelsea fans, we just want to finish top 4. We're part of this squad. Now, you finished 3rd last season, and you spent 300 million. Now you got striker. No. I want a challenger. Omar can't be sitting there. Oh, I'm a challenger. Bilal saying, "Oh, my aim is top 4. Oh, Adi's top 4. Michael's top 4. So who's challenging me?"
We're coming. Arsenal are coming, aren't they, Bilal?
We're coming, man. Let me see Douglas Luiz come. Let me get some cover in DM. We can chat.
I never said that top 4 is my target. I'm saying with the
title, man. You have to go for the title now. There's no way. After 300 million.
Close the gap.
You were 3rd last time.
Yeah.
Last time. Liverpool, I can't come from Omar. Liverpool have not spent money. Listen, I put my hand up. Klopp, I think if Klopp had 100 million, I'm being chased all the way to the end. I'm scared of that guy. I know. But Tuchel, he's
you man have been squads for 5 years, man. All of these players have been together for 5 years working on that team, and we've just signed. You can't just expect all these men to work perfectly and win the league straight away. It's never going to work like that.
But sometimes you need new fresh blood. Look at Man City. We had to get new fresh blood. I'm not complaining. I don't have a left back. I'm not complaining. I didn't replace Sterling. I'm not complaining. I just want to be part of the league. I'm confident. I expect league titles. I don't make excuses. Tell City fans. Us City fans. I don't care. I don't have a left back and a winger. I expect the league.
Your excuse Champions League, bro.
No, but Tuchel has to challenge this year. And I mark my words. I'll tell you one thing. Fofana or Saliba, one of them will be a top player. One of them will be Mamadou Sakho. Mamadou Sakho was rated so highly. Ask Omar. Was rated so highly in PSG at the age of 19. I see here Mamadou Sakho. Mamadou Sakho is this. He's so special. 19, 20-year-old. One of that is going to get. One of that players. And I think Saliba will be a special player. I think Fofana going to Chelsea. Yeah. You need a top manager. Conte is the guy you should have got. Conte is the guy you should have kept, at least. But you got the wrong manager. I'm sorry to say, but this season, if you finish third or fourth, it's a failure. I'll be honest. Omar, I'm feeling sorry for you because I can't come for you because you haven't spent.
Well, don't feel sorry for us for too long because we're coming for you, boy. We're coming. It's only 5 points. We made up 14 points last season, so we're coming. But we have to move the conversation on to my team because, as always, Liverpool, Haaland scores a hat-trick. I don't care. Liverpool still are the Premier League's main character. The ones, Anfield, the real Premier League.
My club is still the main character. My club is still the main character. Because even though we're shit, we're still the main character.
I was feeling it. Then I heard the main character thing.
We keep the lights on at Sky Sports.
Yeah, hold on.
Above Chelsea, bro. They would have still been below us if they didn't get that 98th minute after.
Bro, that was a cheat. That was rigged.
That was rigged. Nah, that's the most rigged
I've
ever seen.
That proves it. That proves it. The Premier League are so desperate to wanting Liverpool to be a challenger. They're so desperate. They want to make it so. 95 minutes and you add third. 3 minutes. Newcastle played my team. They were falling on the floor. I didn't complain. I took my bags. I took 1 point and I walked away. I didn't make any excuses. These guys, 98 minutes. It's absolutely a facade. Fraud.
That and the Isaac offside goal. That was onside, by the way. That was onside.
Big up.
There's no the lines are horizontal. You're looking at it from an angle. He was offside. The
VR people didn't take geometry very well. They failed geometry in high school or something because they don't know how to do angles. Like they were not doing the perfect angles and everything. They don't know what they're doing.
That score hurts me. That score, Newcastle. Oh my god, that is so painful for them, man.
You're hurting because you know we're a challenger. You know we're a challenger.
They're my brothers. One day they're going to stay on the same table. Don't worry, they're coming. I'm telling you, they're coming. They're coming. But Liverpool, 98th minute, I was watching the game. I seen how Newcastle are building a special team. Guys, I'm telling you now, they're building a special team. You got 1 or 2 years. Model. You got money, 1 or 2 years. Couple of you. One of you you're gonna sit on the bench. Michael likely to be on my league because Michael's a big club. Bilal, you got 2 years. Adi, you got 2 years. Omar, Klopp's got 2-3 year contract. You got 2-3 years. If you don't take advantage next 2 years, Newcastle are coming. I'm telling you now. Newcastle will be the next big club that will be challenging City. This will be Man City. Newcastle will be the big game internationally. I'm sorry.
To be honest, I'd rather get a Newcastle fan in for the show instead of a Spurs fan. So yeah, guys, if you know
that's actually true, you know.
Yeah, you can't find any Tottenham fans. Come on, man. So yeah, come on.
I'll be representing Newcastle in like 3 years. Don't worry about it.
Listen,
like 3 years, I'll be representing.
My brother is a Newcastle fan, but if I bring him, you look like what a bunch of glory.
One's a City fan, one's a Newcastle fan.
He followed Newcastle when they had a player called Faustino Asprilla. You guys don't know him.
We know
him. I've heard of him.
And he's a Newcastle fan.
I can't do with another hamster, bro. No, I can't.
two oil merchants, you know, just
Two oil
sending the oil money, you know, ruining
Oil
football.
out,
He loves the
oil
oil.
Nah, listen, yeah, nah. Newcastle, to be fair, to give them credit, they do look really good, and I always want to watch them play, especially when they're at home. They're combative. Even the Almiron, man, I'm enjoying Almiron. He's
Yeah, we got to upgrade our him yesterday. No, that was Isaac. That was Isaac. That
Almiron done Robertson.
Oh, he got him too.
He did some.
That's why Chimicas needs to start. See, yo, you guys need to start the Greek.
Nah.
You need to start
We're gonna jump in on your Greek agenda. Tsimikas, when he came on, mate, he looked like he was
brilliant.
hadn't had a sleep for about 20 years.
He always looks like that, you know. He always looks like that. That's
no, but he was worse than Robert. I'd love Tsimikas to come on and prove himself and make that position his, because Robertson's been terrible, right? But Tsimikas came on and dropped another stinker. He's getting the chances. He's come on for Robertson, I think, in every Premier League game, but he hasn't delivered.
Gotta start him. That's why. Like we need the full 90 minutes. We can't just jump in like halfway through.
It's annoying because I rate him. I rate them both, of course. And last year they were both class, but he needs to. Yeah, maybe he does need to start. But we got a Merseyside derby, so there's no way Robertson. But Robertson always starts slow. Robertson started slow last year. Everyone was saying Tsimikas over Robertson. I love Tsimikas, a bit of a cult hero, but Robertson will come good. I think just on Liverpool before we get into like some transfers, we need to. I know, Michael, if you want to. I know you've got United.
I have it on the other screen. Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just keep us updated on what goes on. Just watch out from a Liverpool perspective. Watch out, Fabio Carvalho and Harvey Elliott, man. These two boys from Fulham. They're calling them the two West London hitmen. This new Klopp era's got these two hitmen from West London. They've got a crazy guy from Uruguay. They've got Luis Diaz. It's the new Klopp era. Spicy. These boys. It's not the. I saw it was a tweet. We used to have humble religious men in our squad. The Manes, Fabinhos, Firminos, all these guys. Now we got some crazy boys. It's the second coming of the crazy gang, but obviously best.
Lucky Saint Maximum wasn't playing. Listen, Saint Maximum.
Oh my
God. If Saint Maximum was playing that game, Van Dijk with his little jockey, you know that jockey does like that. Huh, I'm telling you now.
Would have been exposed again.
Yeah, no. To be fair, if Sam Maximan played, we would have lost that game. Sam Maximan is a player that plays so well against big teams. So, because he has that space. So yeah, I was just happy. I was just really happy he didn't play.
And give credit to the striker, the new striker, Isaac. What a top talent he looks.
He is a big talent.
He's a special talent. And I think, listen, just make sure you get the win against Everton, because my ambition this weekend is to get your manager sacked, Steven Gerrard, and to watch Everton win.
I've got a question for Omar.
Yeah, go on.
Is it time to be worried about Diaz and Salah in terms of even the connection maybe they even have in the attack? Like Salah so far without Mane, I don't know. Is he not missing? Mane used to do the dog work, and then Salah just finishes it off. But,
it's never been it. That's never been it. Salah's always worked hard. Salah's role in this team now is more of a his positioning is a lot wider than it was. He is a touchline hugger, which I don't know how I feel about that, because he's our most lethal player. He's the most, probably alongside Haaland, the most lethal forward in the league, right? So I want him near the goal. I don't feel like he's getting in those positions where he can contribute, like in goal scoring like positions. It's not time to worry about Salah. Diaz, we want to see. I think I can speak for the Liverpool fan base. We love him, right? We love the way he takes people on.
Good player.
He needs to feel fired up, but there's something a bit hectic about him. There's not that composure in front of goal, that decision making that makes him the elite, because he has everything else on the ball. Brilliant, takes people on. I love it, but just in and around the box, like that chance he had yesterday where he rounded the keeper. All he has to do, settle yourself, and then shoot. We're not playing in. I think Grizz said it on last night's show. We're not playing in Portugal. We're playing for Liverpool. You need to have that sort of class about you that I don't feel he has yet. But look, he's come up with some big moments already. So
sometimes I watch Diaz and I feel like he's like a 20-year-old winger.
Brilliant.
I'm watching him. He's like,
Brilliant player.
I feel like he just needs that little bit of maybe experience in the Premier League, maybe a bit more coaching, and then he seems just a bit raw. That's
he
what
needs
I just
that
get that
fine
feeling.
tuning. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I think him and Salah were playing wide because we meant to have Nunes up front.
Mhm.
Nunes is meant to be our guy up front. He's meant to be the threat in the middle. You saw it against United. Firmino, he didn't do that. In the last 2 games, Firmino has been closer to the box, and it has felt like we've had a presence in there. But I think when Nunes comes back, I want to see them have a run together. I don't want to see him against Everton because I feel like he's going to do something stupid, to be honest.
Get sent off again.
Yeah.
Him versus Woodgate, it's war.
But Salah's contract, I think the contract, once I've always said it. Listen, when players are being given huge contract, Bilal, you remember Obama when he got that contract. Remember Ozil when he got that big contract? They perform for that contract. They work hard so much. As soon as they get that 400,000 a week, 300,000, they're relaxed. Salah, how can Liverpool score 9 goals? The guy doesn't have an assist and doesn't have a goal. Soon as I saw that, I dropped him from my FPL. I thought sometimes
he's ruined the FPL.
Era comes to an end, and I'm sorry, I'm not wasting 13 million FPL for him anymore.
Quickly.
What's happened, Michael? I've got the game.
Bruno Fernandes is so bad at football. Like, I don't understand what this guy's role is in life. He's so bad at the sport.
I'm seeing Vardy shoulder. I'm on Vardy shoulder barge and Martinez right now. It's turned into a bit of a watch along at this point, honestly.
Yeah, I'm a little behind because I'm not watching it live. I want to stream, so I want
you guys just tweeted about the pie about something might be happening, and Chelsea have been linked with him.
Is his contract being terminated?
Yeah, his contract being terminated.
Rough rates available.
Something might be happening, and
he signed with Espanyol.
He signed with Espanyol.
So what? Depay to Chelsea as well?
No, maybe we've been linked with him today. Gerard Romero, he was saying
we got linked with it. We're linked with him a little bit too.
Yo, United fans, you can't have that, man. I'm sorry. Chelsea can't just go Barca, take 2 strikers. You man are left with, I don't even know who you got up front.
No, I'm speculating, innit? We've been linked with him today, so I'm saying if there is some sort of way he terminates his contract, I'll definitely take him on a free agent, 100%.
It'll be Juve, Chelsea, or Man United. I think those are 3 teams in for him.
Juve,
because they got Milik.
Yeah, Juve.
Yeah, exactly. They get so it's gonna be Chelsea United. Exactly. Yeah.
Let's move into transfers anyway, because I think I'll start with you, Michael. While you're watching the game, like I said at the start of the show, the £100 million spinning top.
Chill on my that's my dog. Anthony, I watched his interview today. This guy got capital dog in him. DAWG capitalized. It's capitalized. No, it's not lowercase. It's capitalized. This guy tweeted 6 times. Didn't even think Ajax yet. He don't care about them. He was talking about how he's happy to be doing 360s at United. This guy's from the favelas.
The video of him doing it.
Yeah, but we got the video. We're copying the Liverpool model, just getting people from rough childhoods and everything. Obviously, it's not a good thing that they had a rough childhood, but there's a correlation a little bit.
That is the Liverpool model, to be fair. They look at the person.
The hunger, bro. This guy is hungry.
Honestly, I'm telling you now. I watched the video. I think it was some guy, Rabona TV, shout him out. I watched him. He did something on Nunes, and he talks about his childhood. And after I watched that video, all of a sudden the Liverpool link started happening. So
I'm telling you, bro, there's a correlation there. So that's what I'm saying, bro. And I think with Ten Hag, I've been critical of his targets all summer, but I've seen the vision. He's just going for dogs. Martinez, you're seeing it now. This guy's an aggressive person. Malacia,
very aggressive.
Anthony. So you know what? Keep doing it, man, because this club needs mentality, people. As for Anthony, just his profile in general, we needed that left-footed right winger. I saw United Arena's thread on him today. I read that with popcorn. United Arena's a goal analysis on Twitter. So I'm excited for him. First game is against Arsenal. When he scores the winner on them, I'm gonna be happy because the script writer.
There's pressure on him.
There's pressure.
You don't buy someone for that much money without them having to hit the ground running. Do you know what I mean? Like we've seen it with the likes of Nicolas Pepe, Jack Grealish. Sometimes it can get to their heads. So there is pressure on him. He's a quality player. He'll get into that. He has to start. You don't pay that much money without.
Yeah, he's starting.
Yeah,
it's guaranteed.
United are a mad club. You guys don't have any sort of PTSD from spending money, man. Because Arsenal,
he could fail.
Pepe deal.
We'll go sign another one next year.
I know. This is the thing. United
bro,
are too much.
Osimhen's coming next summer.
Money printer, man. Because the guy's got the money printer. Because
I haven't seen many Glazers out protests recently. Have you guys? Because they started put a bit of money, won a few games. And it's gone a bit quiet again, hasn't it?
We haven't had a home game since that Liverpool game, though. So
we'll see against Arsenal. Yeah, we'll see against Arsenal what the fans do. Hopefully, you guys all protest, walk out. There's no atmosphere, man. And we just enjoy it.
Nah, it's gonna be a packed stadium. Don't think you could. Don't think you can get away from.
Walk out.
Don't think you get away from
5
a
minutes,
packed Old
man.
Trafford. Don't think you get away from a packed Old Trafford. We're coming for you on
I
Sunday.
know we don't need no
We
atmosphere.
ended Arsenal's unbeaten streak before. We'll do it again. Mike Riley, shout out Mike Riley.
Cheating, man. Cheating. That's all it is.
Addy, talk to me about Aubameyang. How's he slotting into this this Chelsea team? What's he doing to this Chelsea team to make them better?
I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you, bro. It's so up in the air, man. It's no like definitive answer of what Aubameyang we're gonna get, because the one we saw at the end of his Arsenal tenure was bad. Like he was pretty bad. And then the one that we saw at Barcelona was good again. So I don't know. The one thing he will bring is finishing. If we can actually create some chances for him, then he will bring us goals. And again, like I was talking about with Zachary and a change of formation, maybe he could do something for us with that as well, man. Maybe he could help us move into a 4 at the back. And then maybe we could see Havertz, because I think Havertz's best role is as a second striker, not a false 9. I don't think he's a false 9 or just an out 9. So if Aubameyang is running in behind and then giving Havertz some more space to get on the ball and make things happen and maybe run off Aubameyang sometimes as well, I think that could help us out as well, man. So Aubameyang, let's just hope we can create for him, because if we do, he's going to bag goals. If we don't, and then he has to try and start making things happen for himself, then it's going to be a bad sign, and we're going to see the end of Arsenal Aubameyang. That's what we're going to see. But as long as Reece James is putting those balls in and Sterling,
he's a bagsman.
He's a bagsman, man. He's a good finisher. No one can take that away from him. Even though he's not a great player in terms of link up, 1v1 and whatever, he is a goal scorer. He scores goals, man. He's a good finisher. So we'll see. Hopefully he can be our man.
This is interesting.
Breaking news.
Wolves to Villa. Is that a bit of a controversial one?
Ago. Dendonka from Wolves. So he's gone to Aston Villa now.
So
yeah. But that makes me think, like, they're spending £15 million, I believe, on him. Like, surely they're going to sell Douglas Luiz. He's got 12 months on his deal.
Think, yeah.
Why would you? It's like saying no. Imagine saying no to 20-something million when he's going to go for £0.
So bad. Is that 20 mil even going to do something? I think they'd rather just have a good season with him than get that 20 mil.
I know, but imagine someone who's already said he wants to leave, and then like you force him to stay. It's like the Fofana thing. I know it's late in the window, but they already got Dendonka. They signed Kamara.
This is too.
I watch him. I don't know. I think in the next hour, if nothing happens in the next hour in terms of an Arsenal bid being accepted, then yeah, maybe.
Because I heard they were holding up for 40 million apparently.
That was this. I don't believe him, man. I think
no Delaney.
Yeah, I don't believe that talk. I think 30 million is probably what they want. But if you bid something like 25 plus something free,
has a bid gone in?
Yeah,
2 bids have gone in today and both been rejected.
I think that will happen.
Just
seeing this makes me think it'll happen. Douglas Luiz is a good player. I think he's stagnated a bit, but he's in that Brazil squad for a reason. So
he's a Man City. Hamza knows him.
You know,
Arteta coached him, didn't he? Arteta coached him a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, he knows him. Yeah, he coached him a bit.
We had a buyback clause for him, like in terms of for him when he was at Villa. I think he went to Girona. Did he go to Girona? Yeah, and he was doing well. Last season, we were talking about replacement for Fernandinho was him. But I think things died down after a season. I think one of the things that he's a good player. He's a good player, but I think he's not that. We thought that at one point, I think it was around December, January, they were saying that Fernandinho's replacement will be Douglas Luiz. But he's a brilliant player, I think, for Arsenal. It's just still, is he confirmed that he's gone there?
No,
not Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz, there's no word what's happening. But I found this funny today. It's what Pep Guardiola apparently did. Yeah. It says in 2018, and it says here, it was work permit issues preventing him from signing again or playing for Man City. So he sent a compilation to the Home Office and showing how important Luiz would be for Man City in the future.
What?
I find that. So like, I mean, I just said, like, imagine Priti Patel just sitting there watching this guy's compilations. Right?
Listen, one thing about Bilal, Pep Guardiola is highly respected in this country. A lot of prime minister have come and gone, and Pep Guardiola has continued to lift league titles. So he has a bit of pulling power there, and I think as well you have to give credit. You have to give Boris is going. And Pep's still going to be a Premier League champion again when the next Prime Minister comes. Listen, at the end of the day, I think Douglas is a top player, but he's not that great of a player. But for Arsenal, you can't go wrong with that. I'm just disappointed that almost team, Liverpool Football Club, Liverpool Football Club have known that they've needed a midfield, but because of stubbornness of the manager of Jurgen Klopp to protect the owners, this is what happened to Arsene Wenger. Remember,
we are stubborn in the market sometimes though when we want the right player.
Let's talk about the Arthur deal, because this deal for me it is
mid.
stinky. This is the worst deal I've ever seen.
Zakaria is a better signing than Arthur.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Zakaria is a better signing than Arthur. That's how
Absolutely,
bad signing Arthur
absolutely.
is, especially for Liverpool.
Before we get into it, happy birthday, Ian. Everyone in chat, everyone say happy birthday to
Happy
Ian.
birthday, man.
This is a true story. He's a Darlington FC fan. They're in the National League North. I'm gonna root for you guys in the FA Cup. Darlington. Where is Darlington? Somewhere in North, probably.
Big up, man.
Let me try and. We needed, I'd say, a player like in the mold of Arthur, whatever you want to call him.
Arthur.
There's
I too.
People, Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp, when they want someone bad, they will wait around for them. So we did it with Van Dijk. We've done it with Van Dijk's a standout one, isn't it? We waited 6 months to get him in January, essentially. And we were pretty much confident. I feel like, and I'm worried, to be honest, that we're doing that for Bellingham for next year, because there is being this talk about him coming to us next summer. And the loan deal just sums it up that he is here for a year. We needed a midfielder, but like, I'm not going to lie, when I've seen us being linked with like Frankie de Jong, I was like, gassed. I was like, Frankie, what a player.
That was never happening. Like, I don't know who even believed that for a second. Like,
yeah.
ITK hype. ITK hype. That's how I came from ITK.
It's nonsense. Like, if you believe that story, I'm sorry. Like, you need help.
Don't go. Club signings, and I've always said, like, they're very quiet. You will never suspect this guy is signing, and you just can't. But I think listen, it doesn't matter. Pride is what is the wrong thing. Arsene Wenger did this a lot to Bilal's team, and frustration of summer being linked with Higuain, the Benzema. Remember the season? And then,
I remember one season we should have signed a striker. Probably would have won a league with the striker. The guy brought me Petr Cech, and that was it. I was like, what's going on?
At one point, you guys were going for Benzema, Higuain, and then I hear Yaya Sanogo's is signing. This is a classic Liverpool year that they're going through. And I think, you know what? Great managers, he has a very good character of him. Like, he keeps issues indoors. But the problem is, he's not like a manager like Mourinho. If Mourinho is not given anything, he comes out the media. He'll say, Pep Guardiola, he'll fall. But Pep Klopp has power at Liverpool Football Club. He will take the blame. If Liverpool don't win the league again, it will be a shame, like a great football club like that with great fan base are not challenging for the league because their manager decided, I don't want to buy midfielder because I'll wait for Jude Bellingham. One thing, Omar, I'll tell you something that you will learn from this. You should value time. Time. I know 30 years you haven't won the league, but time is key.
No, I agree.
Or for that time you got to win the league and go and sign a midfielder. Stop wasting time. Look at Man City. We had 4 defenders, Omar. We had 4 defenders, but we still went and got another defender. We still went and got Akunji. And now we strengthened. People looked at us and said, oh, did Man City? Yes, we needed that. Because I'm tired to get Laporte injured, John Stones injured. And then I was going to the Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid. I didn't have a player. Atletico had injured nearly half of my squad. Kyle Walker was injured. Joe Stones was injured. After one game, I was praying for West Ham. We had only 3 games. West Ham, Wolves, and Aston Villa. Guess what? One defender. Fernandinho had to play centre-back. That's how this. So when people say you need to strengthen your squad, it's so imperative. Today, Klopp will be blamed. Whether you won that game against Newcastle, you should not get overhyped for that because it's going to be a long season. And I think the biggest mistake Liverpool made was not even instigating a quality midfield. Arthur Melo used to play for Gremio. That's the last time I remembered about him.
Well, this is the thing. We were well known. It's well known. We were in for Tchouaméni, and he chose Real Madrid over us. And then I think that threw a massive spanner in the works. Klopp even said it. We had him pretty much like we thought we were going to get him, and then Real Madrid come in for him. So we have always openly wanted a midfielder. It's just
Nunes, Octavio for Porto. Octavio for Porto is a brilliant midfielder. People haven't want. He's a brilliant. Matthew Nunes, brilliant. Why did you're Liverpool Football Club? Are you
the money, man? It's FSG. It's FSG. It's not Klopp. Klopp clearly wants a player. But at the end of the day, if he's been promised that Bellingham's coming next year, and if you spend money now, next year, no Bellingham, obviously he's going to wait because he's not leaving Liverpool anytime soon. So he's going to wait for the long term.
Do you think Man City, let's say, for example, we kept Bernardo. Let's say, example, we sell Bernardo 100 million or Gundogan, he's on the last year of contract. And Bellingham has an amazing season. Do you think we're not going to go for Bellingham? Do you think? Yeah, we will. And I will trample Liverpool in that deal. Easy. There's no way.
No. I disagree with that. You tried to go in for Van Dijk. What happened when you came to Liverpool? When a player wants a club, he wants a club. That's how it is.
No,
I feel like Bellingham's a type. I feel like I've seen Bellingham's character. He seems someone who would prefer to join a Liverpool than a Man City. I'm not gonna lie. Like just judging him based on what I've seen, not because Man City can't get him or whatever. Just on his personality.
He would be like in a midfield. I imagine where it is a bit more all action, a bit more of a combative midfield, and he's perfect for our team, right? If people talk about this right central midfield role, I think that's eased a bit because we have Elliott playing so well in that role. I think Naby Keita has been better. Last season was very good in that role. You have Fabinho and Henderson maybe as the sixes, which I'm happy with. It's the left central midfield role now, which people are looking at, which is why we maybe gone for Arthur instead of Matheus Nunes, who I don't think is a player we actually needed. It's been said in the Liverpool fan base, 2019 Gini Wijnaldum is the player we need right now, and we don't have him, and that's exactly what we need in that squad. So I don't know. Arthur's not that player, but it's
Nunes was a player. Nunes was a guy. He carries the ball forward, and with Klopp makes players better. I trust Klopp. I really trust Klopp in that. I give credit to him for that. He would have improved Matthew Nunes. Brilliant ball carrying. He's able to hold the ball. He doesn't lose the ball very easily. He's a brilliant player. But I think going to a season and thinking that, look, I'm waiting for Bellingham, for one more season. So you're going to take an L this season, not winning the league again this season because of your pride of waiting for Bellingham. One player. Are you telling me Bellingham is that special? I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry. And Liverpool are jumping on this bandwagon to say, oh, Bellingham is a Liverpool fan. No. I heard from someone. I speak to someone who knows Bellingham's family apparently. Yeah. This guy's a Liverpool hardcore fan. I said to him, guy, is Bellingham a Liverpool family? No, Birmingham City. I said, Liverpool fan. I'm telling you the same story on Mbappe and Tchouameni, they're going to get him. And it turns out they didn't get him.
Listen, it's tough. Michael, can you just give us a little update of what's happening? I'm looking at the game. Yeah, every time I watch, I'm seeing Leicester just passing.
We started good. Eriksen scored a goal. He had a good shot.
Yeah, a big chance.
Our midfield is still dire, but probably because McTominay's still playing. We have no striker, but yeah.
20 minutes in. Obviously, Leicester going to be up for it. They need to have a reaction.
We'll look to round up anyway. I'll finish on you, BILAL, because you've had a very quiet deadline day. Well, up until now, until this.
I'm not happy. What's going on?
This Douglas Luiz thing.
Guys, well, is this true? Apparently, 17 minutes ago, TalkSport are saying. Let me just double check. They're trying to. I've read here. It says Arsenal's final offer of 26 million plus add-ons has been accepted for Luiz. This is via TalkSport apparently. So let me see if it's true.
It's TalkSport though. How reliable?
Yeah, I feel.
I hate those guys. They told me Matheus Cunha was coming to United, and he never came. So
I'm seeing this other guy.
They're there for the. They're not there as a source, really. They're there for the discussion, the debate, the chat, really.
They still have people though. Like it's hit and miss. It's like 50.
Yeah.
50. It's just like it could. Sometimes it's wrong. Sometimes it's right.
You need
some people. Okay, there seems to be some rumblings that it could be happening.
What you need is like a random Brazilian source to pop up on Twitter, say it's happened. Nobody believes him. Then he's got all his facts right. Becomes the next big thing. It's always
those are the best ones. When Gabriel Jesus was coming to Arsenal, there was this I remember this random Brazilian guy takes a picture with Jesus and says like he's coming to Arsenal, and it's who is he? But those are the sources that know what's happening.
I trust you guys to get a Brazilian player with Edu. Edu gets all the Brazilians. So
I think no. The problem was it's not Luis. The problem is not Luis. The problem
is Villa, but
it's just Villa. Like
but I feel like he'll get it done. Like he'll throw something in there.
Can we talk about this wave of Brazilian players in the Premier League? Like, how many Brazilian players are there now? Casemiro, Arthur,
we need more South Americans. Bring them all. I'm telling you, Argentina next.
No more Real Madrid, Barca, man. Come Prem. Like all the good Brazilians, man, and Argentina, they always go Barca, Real Madrid.
That was it back in the day. To be fair, in Brazil, it's this generation of Brazil players. They grew up watching the Premier League. I think a lot of them, like the Premier League in the 2000s, which they early 2010s when they were watching, like that was the league for them. It wasn't the Barcelona's, Real Madrid's of old. Obviously, Barca and Real Madrid always be a pool, a massive pool, like the two biggest pools in world football. But like it does say something about how many South American players. Like the Premier League was notorious for not having that many. That it used to have really good South American players, but not enough. So now it's just it's a whole new world.
I think but a lot of South American players, but their ambition is mainly to go to Brazil. Listen, I know for a fact, and Bilal, I'm sorry to say this, like Martinelli's and Jesus, they're using you as a stepping stone to go to Spain.
No, they're getting death row contracts, my friend. Death row.
It was in the Brazilian newspapers. I'm telling you now, this is fact, yeah. It was in a Brazilian newspaper where they laughed at Jesus going to Arsenal and said, "What kind of ambition do you have as a Brazilian when you're leaving a club like Manchester City to go Arsenal?" So
there's a few trolls, man. I follow a lot of these Brazilians.
No, but this is the biggest Brazilian newspaper. I'll send it to you.
Let's go.
Sancho, let's go.
Oh, who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now? Jesus is getting the goals at Arsenal, and he's gonna come to Brazil. So
Martinelli is not going to Real Madrid anyway. That guy is not good enough to play for Real Madrid. Please show Real Madrid.
Hey.
Brush had Sancho in his fantasy team, didn't he? And then as soon as he got rid of him, Sancho started scoring.
Yeah, it was a good goal as well by Sancho. Good take around the keeper.
I thought it was offside at first. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I thought it was offside as well. It probably was, but it's Man United, isn't it?
Is there a VAR going on?
Nah, I don't even see a VAR. It's just straight.
He's onside.
I was gonna say one thing about Brazil, about Brazilian football. Yeah, no disrespect to you, Michael. You don't have the Brazilian heritage.
Yeah? Nah, we don't.
Rafael, Fabio, they go to Man United. They fell.
It used to be Portuguese. We used to have the Portuguese heritage. That's the one we used to have. And then Bruno came, and now it's all gone. The Portuguese heritage.
It's almost Team and Bilal. I've got Brazilian heritage. Edu, Gilberto Silva, and all that stuff. But you guys had Rafael, Fabio, Fred. They go there and they flop. They flop. So hopefully you don't destroy this Brazilian, the next generation of Brazilian. They go. Ten
Hag loves his South Americans, so it's gonna be interesting.
But look at the Brazilians, Man United buying, man. The English man, Casemiro, just put the tackles in. Fred, work rate, Anthony's the first Brazilian they've brought. So let's see.
He's joga bonito. He's joga bonito. Yeah.
Anderson as well was cold before he went Man United.
Injuries.
He was cold. So yeah.
And Bebe was Brazilian.
Let's we need to wrap up because
100%, man.
We're coming up to an hour 20. But before we go, I'll just get you guys your score predictions for the weekend because I know there's some Premier League football. The deadline's gone. But so we'll start with Bilal, you'll play. Oh, we'll start with I know you're watching Leeds, Leicester United. United Arsenal. How are we looking, Bilal?
You know what it is? If we had our full team with Partey and Zinchenko, I'd have been so confident for a win. But because of the midfield, and I know Casemiro is probably going to play that game, I'm looking at it. And even last year, Arsenal didn't even have much control of that game, despite having, for me, probably a better midfield, even then. So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be... it could be a draw, to be honest. I think Old Trafford, I say 1-1. I'll go 1-1. Draw. I'll take that. I'm not even going to lie. I know it's Man United and we should... the state of them. But still, for me, a point at Old Trafford is always a good result. So, yeah, I'll go 1-1.
Michael.
Martial was playing. If Martial was playing, I would go with the win because he is the glue. But this guy wants to be.
Oh, you can't both sit on the fence. You can't both sit on the fence.
No, I want to go with Chelsea. Say, you know what?
What is this? Arsenal United going to be a big rivalry. You boys are.
This is going to cost me.
No, I'm going with the history. That's what I'm going with.
This is going to come. And bite me back. But whatever. I'm going with Chelsea. We're going to win. It's going to be 2-1. Ronaldo scoring a brace because he's gonna start that game. You know what? He always loves dunking at Arsenal, so he's gonna score.
I beg you, play Ronaldo. If you play Ronaldo, I'm changing my prediction. We're gonna win 3-1. If I see Ronaldo starting, we're winning that game. He
loves dunking.
He will die. Imagine
He
him
loves
against
Arsenal.
Saliba and Gabriel. Like long day for him. His knees
Saliba,
already.
Saliba needs to get humbled a little.
Don't make me change my prediction.
Go ahead, change it. Go, say with chest. Say with chest.
No. Listen. As I said, I'll take a point out of there. I don't care. I'll run away with
the
a point.
The super team only wants a point against relegation candidates, Man United.
No problem. I'll keep the unbeaten run. Just keep it moving, innit? We saw what happened to Liverpool there. No, listen,
that's all the relegation candidates.
That's their biggest game of the season, though. You need to understand they don't treat anyone else like us. It was coming because Liverpool for United. You guys hate us too much.
Oh my bro, trust me. I've watched United play so rubbish, and then we go to Old Trafford, and all of a sudden they come to life. And I'm like, why?
That is true.
Just
last year,
we're gonna be up for it.
Honestly, when it comes to them games, they're up for it, 100%.
Addy, you've got West Ham, I believe. That's another tough one. East London versus West London. How are we looking?
Is it away from home?
No,
it's at Stamford Bridge.
I'm not going to predict anything but a draw, man. I'll go for 2-2. I really don't see us winning, man. We still got these injury problems and that, man. But whatever, bro. I don't see us winning, man. West Ham will be a difficult game. Us and Spurs are their 2 cup finals every single year, man. They love getting up for those games, man. So they're going to put their all into it. We still have problems. Our only fit centre mids are Jorginho and Gallagher again. So we're going to have to see that pivot again. So it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
Did you guys see Antonio against Tottenham? Like, the guy was moving crazy.
Yeah, he was moving. He was moving.
Like, what was going on? What did he eat?
Yeah, because I keep thinking, like, why is Skamaka not, like, Skamaka didn't start, right?
Yeah, bro. Antonio still got that position a lot.
Do you remember him at the start of last season? He was banging in goals. Fair play to him. Yeah. Hamza, how many goals is Haaland scoring? How many goals are you scoring in the first half before Aston Villa sacked Steven Gerrard before the second half? Because I'm not gonna lie, it's looking long. I love him, but yeah, it's looking long for his team.
No, I think Aston Villa always gonna be a tough game. Haaland's definitely scoring 2 or 3 a game. It's gonna be easier game, and I just hope that Pep starts Alvarez and Haaland together, because when there's 2 playing together, they're just deadly, and hopefully I can give that P45 to Stevie G. Because Liverpool.
Oh wait, Hamza, I got a question. Yeah. Akanji, we didn't speak about him. What do you think about Akanji? New signing, 17 million. I don't really rate him, to be honest. On his day, he's good, but his injuries are a bit mad.
Listen, let me tell you something. Yeah, I've always said, remember this. Yeah, if he flops, you take our rejects anyway. So we're gonna sell you for 50 million. So there's no loss there. And if he becomes successful, he will be a top player. So at the end of the day, it's a win-win situation. Listen, he's a good player. He can play the ball from the back. Pep needed to rotate the players. Pep needed Laporte to be rested. Bro, we didn't sign a left back, yeah? We got Sergio Gomez, who's young. We need to rotate probably Ake there. So someone has to go there in midfield, in defense. So if we've got Laporte, Stones, and Ruben Diaz, it makes us a bit weak. So we're willing to get Ake, Cancelo to be rested. We have to rotate that. Because I told you, a lot of my players are going World Cups. And when they're all starting, 90 minutes, no one's going to rest them. Belgium, Portugal, England, call all those countries. They're all starting every Man City players. And they're playing 90 minutes. I'm sorry. So City need to refreshen the squad. I was annoyed at this Saturday, because what happened is, against Crystal Palace, we had to play the full squad 90 minutes, yeah? Guess what? We had to rest them now. When you're winning 2-3-0, so we need to score against Villa 2-3-0 up by halftime, wrap it up, bring the young kids and just rest, and then give Steven Gerrard. Hopefully, Liverpool fans were telling me that he's their next big sign, he's their next big manager, he's the Kenny Dalglish, la. So I'm willing to see him at Liverpool in the future, hopefully.
I still would love that, but it's not looking good. We're talking about P45s, the notorious P45 dealer Jurgen Klopp. I believe he's sacked. He's pretty much sacked. He sacked Scott Parker last week. He sacked how many countless United managers? Mourinho. He could be sacking a certain Frank Lampard. He sacked Lampard's who did he sack? He sacked, was it Andre? What's his name? Marco Silva. We beat them 5-2 in a derby a few years ago. He got him sacked straight after that game. It happens. Winless. And look, if you lose the derby, there's not many who could come back from that. So I think there's a real chance Lampard could go if we humble them in this derby. So yeah, you just know it, like how United were winless. Everton are going to be up for it. Goodison's going to be up for it. 12:30. There's going to be a lot of tackles flying in. Like I'm scared. Like they're going to stick it on Van Dijk again. Just he needs to stay away from Pickford because that guy doesn't know his left to right. But yeah, I'm still confident. I think Everton are too nervous and too anxious in the way they play at the moment. So I can see maybe a 3-1-ish because we always turn up there and we do perform there. Like when we're like when they're bad and like we're in a decent setup.
I will say last year they looked decent for like 60 minutes, or was it Gordon? All of these guys were really up for it, and Iwobi now is cooking.
This guy's the best midfielder in the league.
Yeah, man. And Ghana Gay's back.
You guys need to tell Grizz this because we did a Premier League prediction show and I said we Grizz, Avi, Errol, and I said watch Iwobi cook. These guys were slandering me. I was like, if he wins the Premier League Player of the Month, Grizz was like he'll give me the keys to his channel. So I need you guys to push this Alex Iwobi hype. But honestly, it is at Everton, so they are gonna come out. It's not at Anfield. They're not gonna do what they did last time and time waste from the minute one. So they are gonna come out, and hopefully that gives the likes of Salah, Diaz a bit more space to exploit. Salah loves it there. Núñez probably will be on bench. Firmino will start. He's in good form. And yeah, I think we'll just run with the same team. But yeah, I think we'll win. But yeah, guys, we need to wrap up there. Big up the boys. Deadline day. I don't know if Grizz is doing a show later, but he might be.
I think with it's got a Big Six. So I don't think today. But tomorrow
he might do something after Big Six if he's relentless. But we'll see. But fellas, absolute pleasure. I wish you all zero luck on this weekend. And Bilal, I hope you don't get Douglas Luiz. I hope you guys just all flop. We'll be back same time next Thursday. Europa League Thursday. So Bilal and Michael will have their eyes.
Best competition in the world, baby. Best competition in the world.
FC Carrier Bag.
I was muted.
Who's looking good from FC Carrier Bag with some
UCI, bro. Europa's where it's at. Don't worry
and whatever.
Geography lesson. It's a good geography lesson.
Lithuanian 5th place teams. I don't know. But yeah.
I got some funny ones. I think they're going to Transnistria, which is some Russian enclave in Moldova. So that's quite interesting. But yeah,
you don't want to go anywhere near that part of the world at the moment. So yeah, best of luck to Jay Sanch and the boys and Mr. Spinny Top. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you soon next week.